A brand new report has some insight in regards to Marvel Studios' partnership with Sony and their Spider-Man universe, and specifically how Marvel Studios' own Kevin Feige continues to be a supportive voice of reason like he was back when The Amazing Spider-Man 1 was in development, but Sony keeps on ignoring him. Yeah, that's why we got Morbius. And Kraven the Animal Whisperer. So this report made the rounds courtesy of The Ankler, who talks about how Kevin Feige essentially is still doing what he did before. Now, in case you guys missed the story all the way back when The Amazing Spider-Man first started development, Marvel Studios reached out to Sony to try to make a partnership and they were turned away. But Marvel Studios still has a hand in every single project that's developed. Essentially, they still pass notes, scripts, and everything along to Kevin Feige, and he looks at them and then gives them pointers. We found this out when Sony emails leaked in 2014 that revealed all the feedback that he gave in regards to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And if you look at it, you go, oh yeah, they would have made a way better film. But they chose to ignore it all. And that's literally all in the emails. Well, essentially, he's continued to do that. And from what we learned recently, due to, again, the report we got from The Ankler, is that essentially he told them to slow down, to really take a step back and not rush all of these villain projects without Spider-Man, because they would find themselves in the same position they found themselves in again, and essentially find themselves backed into a corner with diminishing returns, with no profits, and with people hating what they're doing because they're rushing it. Essentially, do not try to copy the MCU again on a fast-paced scale. And of course, we know that they didn't listen to his advice, and well, we got the last crop of Sony films that are, well, they are what they are. And some other people have also confirmed that there's, of course, always ongoing talks in regards to what Sony's doing, but essentially it falls on deaf ears, since more or less Amy Pascal is kind of like out, and there's other people in charge of everything. Her name is just attached to it. Obviously, you got crazy Uncle Abby still in charge, and well, the less we can say about Uncle Abby, the better, right? And quite obviously, Spider-Man is still stuck in the middle of all these negotiations. And you would think that Sony would just listen to Marvel Studios and Kevin. I mean, I have no doubt that Kevin would want to do something like, hey, yeah, let's do some of these films that you want to do, but let's make them part of the MCU. We'll oversee them, and they'll be beneficial to everybody. But obviously, Sony has different things in mind because they don't want to share the profits, which doesn't make sense considering that, well, Morbius didn't make profits. Venom 2 made a small profit, and the first one made money. Kraven the Hunter? Yeah. So who knows? I mean, maybe Madam Web will be different. Maybe. I mean, at some point, maybe they'll listen to him or anybody else, but don't hold your breath.